Okay, so I was listening to a video and I was kind of made me think about how we lift weight. And I've told a lot of you that we need to lift more weight, and you can lift more than you think, and to always challenge that aspect of your strength training. Now, I'm gonna tell you a story. So I just recently joined a gym. I started getting limited in leg strength and leg exercises, and I wanted to do more stuff with hip thrust and leg press, and even with growing my quads. And 50-pound dumbbells can do it, but there's a level of safety that I believe at some point can get compromised. And I don't think this is to everyone, but honestly, I think general population who just kind of tries to fit in working out, I think that this does apply. And so the story, I am at this gym and they finally have a barbell. I haven't worked out with a barbell. The trainer I follow uses a barbell a lot. And this one's on the floor, so it's resting on the floor, you can lift it from the floor, whatever. Well, and I've done deadlifts. I have done, and I'm going to get them confused because there's different kinds, but I have done deadlifts where you start with the weights in your hand and then stretch down as close as you can to your shins, you're not going to go all the way to the floor, and then you're going to come back up. Then you have deadlifts, which you deadlift from the floor. Now, there's going to be a little bit of a difference of a movement pattern there, because from the floor, there's some level of a lower back, not compensation, but interaction of you, that you're going to use your low back to pull up some of that weight. Yes, you're going to be using your legs, your quads, glutes, whatever, hamstrings, to pull that up. But there's some level of lower back engagement that's going to be helping pull that muscle up. And I just didn't feel right about it. And this comes from someone who has had a back injury. I've had a herniated disc, been in lots of pain, and thankfully through physical therapy and just being, I think, smart with my training and not pushing it, I haven't been able to manage it. I don't think it's ever going to completely go away. But anyways, it just didn't feel right. And I think I maybe had like 50 pounds, which is not crazy heavy. But it's just that little pull from my low back that I was like, something doesn't feel right. So the reason I say this is I'm pretty strong. Like, I have some muscle on me. I wouldn't say I'm the strongest by any amount, but I'm like in the gym, as someone who goes to the gym, I would say pretty average. I can do a couple pull-ups, and I'm just saying this not to brag. I'm just saying, I'm also not weak. I'm not like, oh, my low back. And I say all this to someone who is trying to get in the gym and then wants to start doing different skills, because I do think with a conventional deadlift from the floor, that's a skill. That's a movement pattern. You have to train your body to understand how that's moving. And then once your body's like, okay, I'm getting this, then load, then put on weight. But like me, I'm like, well, I can leg press crazy amounts. To me, I'm like, okay, that was a lot more than I thought. Anyways, I just kept putting on plate after plate. But then I go to the deadlift, and then I'm like, my low back, it's not liking it. And I also know I've built glute muscle, so it's not like I'm compensating. I think there's a movement there. So all that to say, when you go to the gym or you're trying to lift heavy, yes, push the boundary. Pick the weight that's a little bit heavier than you're comfortable with. But then also be like, is this am I okay? Or is this something? You're going to get like a feeling that you're like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Think about that. Because the thing is, yes, lift heavy. Yes, let's do progressive overload where you're increasing somehow your reps or your weight, to get heavier. Great. But don't do it at the expense of an injury, at the expense of trying too much, too fast, too soon. And also, not all exercises translate. So I can do, a Romanian deadlift coming up, where I'm holding my weights. They don't touch the ground at all. And then I believe it's the conventional deadlift, what's on the ground. Like, that's not translating because I haven't done that movement where I'm engaging more of my low back. I haven't trained that movement, and that's something that I'm going to explore. But I'm going to start with just the bar, which is 20 pounds. Do that. Get comfortable. Get your back comfortable with that. Then, like I said earlier, add load. So we're not trying to be heroes at the gym, okay? And honestly, it's awesome when you see these videos of people doing awesome things, and I think that's amazing, and I think those are all skills that we can all try to aspire to. But that's years of them pushing themselves, and you're not seeing the starting point. And so don't compare yourself. And this is like the age-old wisdom that we all have been told. Don't compare yourself to others. You need to compare yourself to yourself. Okay? So you have these people that are inspiring and motivating. And yes, awesome. Wow, I could do that. And there's many things that's no, girl, you're not. You're not going to be able to do the back tuck flips. That's gone. That life is gone. But right now, something I've been working on is a handstand. I haven't gotten to the point where I can be on my hands without a wall. But it's just I've worked a little bit every week. And now I can get up pretty confidently up in the wall. And then I can balance a little bit, on my hands. And it's okay, an old dog can learn new tricks, So, but there's this balance. Some things let's aspire to, let's try to get better, let's try to get stronger and faster, but also realize there's got to be limitations, and that's okay. We're all on this journey of whatever, and, what's meant for you is meant for you, and what's not is not. So, all that for me trying to deadlift. So, just know your limits, and it's okay to have limits. And the thing with the hero thing at the gym, just one more thing, fail. That's good. I am so, and I've told my friends this, I am so scared sometimes of failing. I don't want to fail. I don't want to look stupid. No one wants to look like that. But I think some of the successful people have failed so many times, and then they just keep trying, and then finally something sticks. It's not it's this linear thing where it's okay, tried this once, and then I was awesome at it, and then it was just a successful thing. So here we are. I don't know anyone's story like that, unless I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So all that to say, fail. And that's something with my business, when I talk to my kids, and especially my oldest, I'm when they're struggling with their homework and they get frustrated, I'm buddy, that's so good. That's so good that you're struggling through that right now, because it means that you're learning. And I even pulled out, my middle is learning to write his letters. And I pulled out my oldest old planner, because they've had to do the same homework. They go to the same school, have the same teachers. And I'm look at this. You see my oldest, you see his handwriting now, but this is what it used to look like. And it looks very similar, to where you're at now. You're going to get it. You just have to do it a little bit every day. And a little bit every day, you get a little bit better. Until you're doing the thing, So, anyways, but my main thing was the safety piece. Don't be a hero at the gym. Don't go out and just go crazy. especially like as I approach like midlife. Am I midlife now? I think I am. I'm 38. Like, we don't need to be heroes doing all these crazy things. Like, the goal is to move well, to move often, and to feel good. Okay? So, put some muscle on. Yeah, lift some of the heavy weights. But don't go crazy. It's okay. Like, don't go crazy.